Hello, powerful manifestors. So the more action you take, the more progress you make. And that is why it's so important to keep ourselves motivated to take action toward our goals every day. And so today I'm going to be teaching you how to create the momentum to take action. I'm going to be sharing with you how to incorporate these action affirmations into your daily routine, how to create the affirmations to help you to overcome things like fear, doubt, negativity, failure, and allowing you to get more comfortable being able to take the necessary steps, the necessary risks that you need to take, and boost your confidence, allowing you to achieve your goals. So today is going to allow you to stop thinking about where you're afraid things are going to end up and allow you to actually take action on where you want to be so that you'll actually be able to get there. All right. So hello, powerful manifestors. I'm Victoria Gallagher, Law of Attraction Hypnotist, #1 best-selling author of the book, Practical Law of Attraction. Where's my book that I had one on hand? Okay. And I'm here to help you to tap into the power of your mind, help you to align yourself with the manifesting conditions and successfully attract your dreams, your goals, and a life you love. So be sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, click the bell icon so that you can get notified whenever I come out with any new videos. All right, so let's get into it. What are affirmations? So affirmations are essentially positive, powerful statements that you make to yourself on a regular basis to help you to begin to live the life that you always dreamed that you could live. And the goal ultimately with affirmations is affirmations just simply make you feel good. All right. So your goals, ultimately, you feel like your goals are going to have you feel a certain way. You're going to be happy when you get all the money, or when you get the business, or when you get the house, or you get the car, or whatever it is, you're going to feel a certain way. So affirmations ultimately are designed to get you to feel that way, because it's not that the goal that you are going to achieve is the thing that's going to make you feel that way. What's actually going to happen is it's the other way around. The feelings that you emit cause a vibration, cause a frequency, cause you to be at the level of being and grow to that level that you need to be at in order to be able to handle having those manifestations. So it is definitely a personal growth endeavor for you to be able to manifest what you want. And affirmations are very much a powerful tool that helps you with your personal growth. It helps you to get into that mood. You know, sometimes you don't really feel like taking action on your goals. Sometimes you get you start worrying, you start feeling fear, you start feeling the doubts. Sometimes you just are tired, you don't have the energy. Sometimes you just get knocked down and you get the wind knocked out of your sails. Something happens. Maybe, you got a bad sign that things are not happening the way that you would like them to be happening. All of these things can happen. And so affirmations are like your best friend that's there helping you, rooting for you, cheering you on, helping you to go one more step. And they can really actually assist you in reprogramming your subconscious mind to redirect any of those negative thoughts, those negative feelings that you get sometimes help you to redirect those negative thoughts into more positive, inspiring, motivating thoughts, that are they're literally going to help you on your path to getting what it is that you say that you want. So affirmations are not at all about just wishing and hoping for things. It's not about wishful thinking. There's actually a reason that you do these affirmations. They're about getting you, like I said, into the right state of mind so that you are taking the right actions toward achieving your goals. And one of the reasons why we use these affirmations is because we all have these tapes. All right. They used to call them tapes. Some people are still calling them tapes. We have these tapes running in the background on autopilot that you may not even be aware of. You may not even be able to hear these tapes that are running around in the background. But these tapes that are running around, these are words and phrases. They're negative affirmations that you picked up at some time when maybe you were a little kid and you didn't know any better, and people would tell you that you're not smart enough, or you're not good enough, or you're never going to amount to anything. Or maybe it was the kids in the classroom that would say negative things. And excuse me, I need a glass of water here. And you would pick up these negative ideas from somewhere. And maybe it wasn't even when you were a little kid. Maybe these were things that you picked up even as an adult. You can pick up negative affirmations. I don't know why, but I am just like choking right now. So just pardon me, bear with me here. All right. So, unfortunately, most of us have these negative recordings playing constantly in the background, telling us why we can't do the things that we want to do. And they force us almost to give up too soon. I hear people all the time, and it's always a little bit surprising to me, even after doing this work so long and understanding the way that the human mind works. It saddens me sometimes when people are so close. You just know that they're so close to getting what they always wanted to have, and then they just throw in the towel because it hasn't shown up all the way yet. And and it really just boils down to they just let the negative thoughts get the best of them and take over. And you can see the transformation. You can literally see the change happening in one's mind, where they start to let those negative thoughts get the best of them. But it's also cool when you get to see the opposite happening as well, when people really they have the positive mindset take over and really push them to do the things that maybe you don't really want to do, maybe you don't really feel like doing, but that these are the things you're going to need to do in order to achieve your goal. And so these negative affirmations that are filling you with your fears, your doubts, your worry and stress, positive affirmations are going to give you a hand and help reverse those tapes and create positive tapes that are literally going to rewire how your brain operates, how it thinks. Because the more you catch yourself in the middle of these negative affirmations and turn them around, literally by just thinking and having these positive affirmations on hand, ready to turn these old thoughts around, When you turn those around enough, you are literally making a physical change in your brain that's going to cause those thoughts to no longer travel down that path and begin to now travel down the new path. And that's why we do positive affirmations. So here's what I'd like you to do is type in the comments, I'm ready to take action. All right. I'm ready to take action. Go ahead and write that comment. If you're ready to change your life with positive affirmations, you're ready to do what it takes, you're committed to this process, all right, then go ahead and leave that as a comment here below in the comments so that you're telling your subconscious mind, this is your first opportunity to use positive affirmations. This is literally by typing it out. So go ahead and do that now. Leave a comment below. I'm ready to take action. If you're ready to hear the action affirmations that I have for you. All right. I've just created, literally just right before I came on today, I created these 10 action-oriented affirmations. You know, affirmations come in all different shapes and sizes and have all different kinds of goals or attached to them. These affirmations are there specifically for you to take action. And because some days it's hard to take action. Sometimes you get worn out. And so these are going to be the ones that are really going to be effective to help you to focus on the actions that you need to take that day. All right. So affirmations, you can learn actually how to write your own affirmations just by following along with the rest of this video. One of the things that you always want to keep in mind, just write this down. One of the things you always want to keep in mind to make your affirmations effective is you want to focus your affirmations on the present moment. All right. You want to actually think about what are the activities in your day that you would like to be acting on more often. Like, do you have a tendency sometimes to get distracted or lose your focus? Do you have a tendency sometimes maybe to be disorganized? Maybe you don't know what what task you should be working on in that moment. Maybe sometimes you get a case of feeling a little tired or lack of energy, whatever it is. All right. You want to think about what is the replacement activity that you'd like these affirmations to help you with instead. And you want to keep these affirmations present. You want to keep them positive. And when I say that you want to keep them positive, all right. So say that sometimes maybe you feel lazy. Let's just use that as an example. Sometimes you just feel lazy. So how would you want to feel instead of lazy? Like, some people might think that it's a good idea to make an affirmation, something along the lines of, I'm going to stop being lazy. All right. I'm going to stop being lazy. But what's wrong with that affirmation? It's not an affirmation. It's really a negative suggestion to the subconscious mind, because what's the key word in that sentence? It's lazy. So what do we want to feel instead of lazy? What would be the thing? I feel, how about motivated, willing, committed, energized? Any of those would be a really good replacement word. So what would you rather feel? Now, there's other problems, I'm sure, that come up throughout the day. Maybe you get distracted pretty easily, all right? Or maybe you're like focused on way too many things and you're multitasking and you've got 50 different tabs open on your computer and you're bouncing all over the place. So what would be another way that you could counteract that? What's something that you could do instead? All right. So that's what you want to think of. You want to think of, what is the outcome that I want? What's the thing that I need to be doing in order to achieve my goal? What is it that I'm not doing that I need to be doing every day in order to achieve my goal? The other thing you want to keep in mind when making these positive affirmations, so you want to, like I just mentioned, you want to keep them positive. You want to keep them present. All right. Something that's happening now, not something like it's going to be happening or that will happen in the future, but something that's happening now. You want to keep them short and concise so that they're easy to remember. I mean, these you should just be saying these by memory throughout the day, not something that you have to read off of a piece of paper, but something that you can easily remember. All right. And another thing, another rule of thumb, another guideline to keep in mind when it comes to your affirmations is you want them to be believable. All right. So we wouldn't want to say something to ourselves that is not yet true. Now, there's a way around this. If there is a sentence you want to say, if there's an affirmation you want to say, like, let's just say you want to be focused. All right. If that's the affirmation ultimately that's going to replace the behavior, if that's the affirmation you want, there's a way to make that sentence believable by adding a little filler to it, a little extra. And so what could be believable? Could it be believable for you to say, I'm willing to be focused? Is it believable for you to say, I desire to be focused? Could it be believable that, I'm getting better at, I choose to be better at focusing? So all of these different fillers, little additions to the word, rather than saying that you are something that you are not yet, then that, you can make them true by just saying I'm willing to, or I choose to, or I'm determined to, or, any of those things. Now, if there is a behavior trait that's going to help you step into action, then you want to capitalize on that. Somehow I just got blurred out. Okay, I'm better. You want to capitalize on your existing characteristics that are a strength for you. So think about, what are some things that are going to help you get through the day? What are some of the strengths you have that you're going to capitalize on? Maybe it's that you are disciplined. Maybe it is that you have lots of energy. And so you want to keep that, and you want to say the things that are already true for you. Because what is an affirmation? It just means to affirm. Affirming something is already here and now. It is already true. So think about maybe a strength that you want to capitalize on throughout your day. And, a good formula maybe for you coming up with your own personalized affirmations here would be for you to think about maybe 5 strengths that you have already that you want to capitalize on, that you want to focus on. These are the things that you want to utilize throughout your day. And then also think about maybe 5 weaknesses that you could convert into a positive affirmation. So if one of your weaknesses, like we've been talking about, maybe it's that you are distracted, or that you feel lazy, or that you procrastinate, or whatever it is, take those 5 weaknesses that you know that you have. And this is all about self-awareness here. And practicing good self-awareness is really a great key to law of attraction and manifesting. Because the more you understand what is getting in your way, what some of your obstacles are, and really all the obstacles are inside of you. And thank God they are, because you have control over them, right? So it's a good thing. It's very empowering to get in touch with some of the things that maybe you're doing that are getting in your way. You know that, wow, I could change this and make my life a whole lot better. And so it's actually really, it's not picking on yourself. It's just you using your own level of awareness to say, I am empowered enough to know that there are things that are getting in my way that I have complete control over. And that's a really great affirmation right there, is I'm in control of how I think. I'm in control of how I feel. I'm in control of my actions and my behaviors. So there's just 3 affirmations I just threw out at you. And I'm improving, or I'm committed to improving my self-awareness. And, so it's really easy once you actually start to think and you start to get into it. And so here are some affirmations that I already came up with for you that are a little bit more general. And these may speak to you, they may not, but these are designed to help you to take action on your goals. And I'll tell you why they're action-oriented affirmations, because each one of these affirmations actually has an action-oriented word in it. It is designed to help you to act. And so here we go. All right, number 1 is, every day I take a step toward my goal. Number 2, I enjoy taking action toward my goal. I enjoy taking action toward my goal. Number 3, today I focus on making progress. Today I focus on making progress. Number 4, I keep all my promises to myself. All right, notice the key word in there is the action word is keep. I keep all my promises to myself. And that insinuates that you're making promises, because sometimes people can get a little slippery when it comes to keeping and making promises to themselves, because manifesting really comes down to you having an increased relationship with your word, because your word is your power to create. If you really, really think about it, I mean, it really does come down to that. It comes down to you making promises to yourself that you're keeping. Even if you don't know how that to keep those promises, you're making these promises and you're committed to the result. Now, it may take more than a day. It may take more than a week. It may take more than a month, but you are going to keep that promise, and you're going to figure out a way, and it'll come to you if you're committed to it. So to me, that's one of the most powerful affirmations, is I keep all my promises to myself. Because if you say, I'm manifesting a dream home, guess what? If you keep all your promises, then you're going to keep that promise too. So it comes down to making big promises, but also keeping all the tiny little promises that you make along the way. All right, number 5 is, I block time in my calendar each day to work on my goals. I block time in my calendar each day to work on my goals. This is so important, because if you don't block the time out, more than likely, if it's something you don't do all the time and you're not in the habit of doing all the time, then it's probably not going to get done. So you got to actually block that time out, and maybe block it out on your phone, set an alarm on your phone so that you know when you need to take action on that goal. And number 6 is, I write a to-do list at the end of each day. I write a to-do list at the end of each day. You don't want to wake up in the morning, and Lord knows I've experienced this, where I wake up in the morning and, in an ungodly hour, and I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to do because I'm tired and I haven't really figured out the day before what my intention was for this day. So you really want to think about that the night before, so that honestly, you can go to bed with that on your mind. You can actually visualize yourself doing the things that you said and on your to-do list that you're going to get done. You can visualize yourself checking all those things off, and then you are going to get those things accomplished. You're going to wake up, you're going to know exactly what it is that you need to do that day, and you're going to do it. And you're going to feel so confident about yourself at the end of the day. And so much of this belief in oneself really does boil down to that feeling of confidence. I mean, having a to-do list, checking things off your to-do list every single time you check things off, that is an accomplishment. Even if you put the smallest, most infinitesimally small thing on there, like I'm going to walk around the block, and that took you 15 minutes. And some of these things that you want to put on your to-do list, they may not have to do with your big career goal, your business goal, or whatever the goals are that you have in your life. You want to put different things on there that are going to make you a better person, that are going to contribute to you having the energy, having the efficiency, having the sharpness of mind, having the confidence. All of these things contribute to the end result. All right. So you want to write that to-do list. So that's a good affirmation to say. I write a to-do list at the end of each day. Number 7 is I commit to accomplishing the tasks on my to-do list. All right. So these, of course, kind of go hand in hand, because if you think about the to-do list, you wrote one, well, it's one thing to write it, it's another thing to accomplish the task. But it's not just I accomplish it, I commit to accomplishing the tasks on my to-do list. It's a wonderful affirmation. Number 8 is I clearly visualize myself attaining my goals. I clearly visualize myself attaining my goals. So that's a affirmation that's really designed to help you to remember to visualize yourself. I mean, this is such a powerful tool, but it's so easy to miss. It's so easy to maybe just get caught up in your day and all your things that you're doing that are not even necessarily the ones that were going to be on your to-do list. And then by the end of the day, you haven't even necessarily visualized yourself and used that powerful manifesting tool. Visualization is one of the most powerful manifesting tools, because it's talking directly to your subconscious mind and telling it who you are and what you can accomplish, because it doesn't know the difference between what you're seeing in your mind and what's actually happening in reality. It does not know the difference between those two things. So if it thinks that this is happening in reality, then it's going to turn you into a person who believes that that is possible. So visualizing, I clearly visualize myself attaining my goals. And then number 9 is I am staying present and enjoying the moment. It's another really powerful tool, because when you're staying present, you're focused, you're clear-headed, you're calm, you're enjoying the moment. And after all, anything that you are doing in pursuit of your goal should be enjoyable. You shouldn't be just getting through these nasty tasks that you don't really like to do. If that's what you're having to do in order to achieve your goal, you're probably on the wrong track. Your goal probably isn't something that you really want to achieve, because then it's going to force you to have to continue doing things like what you're doing that you don't like, that you're just getting through in order to accomplish that and just to keep that goal once you've achieved it. So you want to think about that. You want to think about, a lot of times it really kind of comes to, how do you want to spend your day? That's something that really requires some thought. How is it that you imagine you got to design your day how you want it to be. And if there's things that are required that you really don't like doing, you want to maybe start to find a way to offload those off your plate. And, I was having a conversation the other day that had to do with this very thing. And it was really interesting. And it was about, asking yourself the right questions. What are the right questions? The right questions kind of come down to not, how do I do this? How do I do this? How is not the right question. The right question is who. Who can do this? Who can get this done? If you're asking a question like how, then it makes a lot more sense ultimately, so that you can focus on what you do and what you're good at and what you enjoy doing, and ask the question, who knows how to do this? Who can do this? Who's willing to do this? Who enjoys doing this? So you want to really think about that so that you can stay present and focused on the moment of doing the things that you love. For me, my focus always needs to be, and it's not always there. I do spend some time getting into the weeds on things, creating, marketing materials and working on websites and and doing that kind of aspect of things, which, I kind of enjoy. But what I really, really want to, spend most of my time doing is doing exactly what I'm doing right now with you, is teaching and learning and teaching, reading and going to personal development seminars and, taking courses and improving myself and learning and growing, and then becoming a better teacher of this information, writing books, delivering seminars, delivering these Facebook lives, and working with the people and helping you to create the results that you want. That's how I'm designing my day. And, and it doesn't happen by letting myself focus on some of the aspects of my business that I need a who. I need another who for those things. And so I'm working on that myself. And, we're all working on different aspects of our personal growth, and me, that's one of the things that I'm doing. So I encourage you to think about your life in that way, and maybe some of the things that you're doing, and ask yourself, why am I doing that? Is that really how I want to be spending my day? All right. And so let's see here. Oh, I thought I had 10, but I only have 9. The 9 was, I'm staying present and enjoying the moment. Well, you know what? Here we go. I just came up with one. I'm going to say that the last one has to do with what I was just alluding to. And so we'll say, I ask who instead of how. I'm learning to ask who instead of how. And you know what that means now. I'm learning to ask who instead of how. All right, so that's number 10. And that's just how you do it. You come up with them on the spot sometimes. So that is all about action-oriented affirmations. And so I'm going to ask you in a moment to think about the ones that hopefully you were writing these down, And maybe later on, as you go through and rewatch this video and share it with your friends after you've liked and subscribed to my channel and hit the bell icon so that you can get notified of any future videos, hopefully by now you have chosen a new affirmation, maybe from the list that I just gave you, or you've come up with your own, or you will come up with your own. And that is my challenge to you on this video here, is to challenge yourself to come up with your own set of, say, 10 action-oriented affirmations. 5, like I had mentioned earlier, having to do with strengths that you want to use to bring to the table to help you to get closer to manifesting your desire, and 5 weaknesses that you're converting into positive affirmations. So go ahead and type in the comments an action affirmation of your own that you're going to be using daily from now on. Type that in the comments, or maybe what was one of your favorite that you just heard me use, if you have written those down and you remembered the ones that I came up with. And if you want to get really, really, really good at affirmations, and of course you do want to get really good at affirmations, because affirmations are such a strong key to changing your mindset and changing your life and changing how you feel and changing how you behave and the actions you take. And ultimately, all of that leads to you getting the results that you want to get in your life. And if you want that, then you need to read my book, Practical Law of Attraction. And so you can pick up a copy anytime at Amazon.com. Just go on over to Amazon. I'll leave the link in the show notes here. And you just need to pick up a copy of your book. It's amazing. Go there and look at all of the amazing reviews that I've gotten. It's been #1 best-selling book now since February of 2019, when it was first released. It became #1 bestseller. I manifested that, okay? That was something that I said that I was going to do. I had no idea at the time that it was going to be something that was going to last this long. I thought it was going to be #1 bestseller for maybe an hour. But hey, I'll take it. And so while it is such an amazing book, I just encourage you to grab it. And if you have already grabbed a copy of my book, leave a comment below and say, I already have a copy of your book, Victoria, and let me know what you think about it. So if you're watching this on YouTube, then you can join me live, like I'm doing this right now live on Facebook. You can join me live at my new Victoria Marie Gallagher page, or you can also join me on Instagram at Victoria M. Gallagher. And if you're watching this live from Facebook right now, then go on over to YouTube and subscribe to my channel at Hip Talk. And you will get access to my whole library of all of these useful videos. All right, have a wonderful day. Happy manifesting, and bye.